My name is Michelle Clements, and I'm a statistician at the MRC CTU, and I'm going to be talking today about a trial that I work on called PediCAP. So a little bit of background first. Community-acquired pneumonia, CAP, is a leading cause of death and hospital admission in young children. And the burden for this is particularly high in low and middle income countries, with the causes being related to malnutrition, air pollution, especially stoves in the home for cooking, and lack of vaccine coverage. The current World Health Organization recommendation for children with severe CAP is 5 days treatment with intravenous antibiotics. And we already know that in some settings, children get stepped down to oral antibiotics when they are well enough. And so this reduces the duration of stay in hospital, which is good to get the children home. It's also beneficial when hospital care isn't free in all settings, and the children then aren't in hospital picking up antibiotic-resistant organisms from the hospital environment. There is also increasing evidence that short-duration antibiotics is as good as longer duration in non-severe pneumonia. But it's not clear what the total duration of antibiotics for children stepped down with severe CAP should be. So there's a PediCAP trial. We're looking at children hospitalized with severe community-acquired pneumonia in 13 African hospitals that you can see on the right-hand side there. We're investigating step down to oral antibiotics when the child is well enough. And it's to two different formulations. So there's oral amoxicillin, and then there's oral amoxicillin plus clavulanic acid, known as co-amoxiclav. And this is due to concerns about increasing resistance in pathogens causing pneumonia. There's also a benchmark of 5 days IV antibiotics, and the enrollment for this started in late 2020. Looking at the main trial schema, children are aged 2 months to 6 years. They have severe community-acquired pneumonia, and they get started on a WHO-recommended injectable regimen. They are recruited and randomized within 24 hours, and they must also receive at least 24 hours of IV antibiotics. The randomization is then, first of all, 100 children to remain on injectables for 5 days. And then there's two further groups of step down to oral amoxicillin when they're well enough, and step down to oral co-amoxiclav when they're well enough. And there's 500 in each of those groups. And within those 500, children are further randomized to 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 days total duration of antibiotics. So they only step down when they're well enough, and it's a total duration of IV plus any remaining oral antibiotics to take them up to those total days. If the children aren't well enough to step down, say within 4 days, that's fine. They just carry on with their treatment as usual. Follow-up is to 28 days post-randomization. And the primary outcome is hospital readmission or death. Secondary outcomes are things like length of stay, total antibiotics exposure, there's an antimicrobial resistance measures as well, and cost effectiveness in there. So the questions we're looking to answer is, first of all, is the rate of clinical cure superior with co-amoxiclav versus amoxicillin oral step-down therapy? So that's just a straight 500 versus 500. More pertinent today is what is the optimal antibiotic treatment duration that achieves good rates of clinical cure while minimizing length of hospital stay, toxicity, and acquisition of multi-drug antimicrobial resistance. And then we're also looking to ask if this optimal duration varies by key characteristics such as age, underlying conditions, or risk factors like HIV exposure and malnutrition. And if it does, then this could be suggesting that antibiotic selection or duration should be personalized to specific subgroups. So the hypothesis that we're looking at here, so these diagrams are schematics. On the right-hand side there, I've put a sort of estimated effect of 5 days of IV. And it was believed when we were in consultation with clinicians, 8 days total of oral would be effective as IV. It was felt that 3 days would not be effective enough, so we're not testing this. Instead, we're testing 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 days of antibiotics. And then the question is then, what happens in this gap in the middle. What is the shape of the curve? So for this, we will be using fractional polynomials, constrained to be monotonically increasing, because each total duration of the day should have increasing benefit, or no benefit, but it shouldn't be decreased. Just to note as well, because we're doing this, it's a bit different from thinking of these as separate arms, because we're fitting that continuous line through the arms, then that's giving us extra power than just thinking of it as separate arms. And then, as Matteo was discussing, the next question is which duration to select. The main analyses will be based on main effects models. So I've got some schematics there of just showing a shift with co-amoxiclav and amoxicillin. It's a little bit emphasized for clarity, and also there's some issues with scale because we're looking at a binary outcome, but it's that idea of a shift moving up and down. And so we'll be estimating fixed differences between for each one of the drugs. We will also be looking at subgroup analyses to assess whether some subgroups need longer treatment in order to receive the same cure or outcome rate. And so this graph here I've illustrated, perhaps this red line is malnourished children, and they perhaps need 7 days of antibiotics, where children who are not malnourished could receive just 5 days of antibiotics. The trial is powered for main effects, but we will be looking into what we can find on this as well. In terms of implementation, the funder, EDCTP, has been very supportive of the use of a novel design. There has actually been no major issues with ethics boards and acceptability to parents. Most of the sites were involved right from the beginning of the trial, so they've been invested in the trial from the very beginning. And so they've been really supportive in bringing in children to PediCAP. We've currently randomized 1,042 of 1,100 children, so we are getting close to the end of recruitment. And then follow-up period is 28 days. So we will be getting final data for this towards the end of the year. With our step-down considerations and total duration, we needed to monitor implementation very closely. And so as part of this, we created online and Excel tools to help with step-down so that the sites have got tools that they can look at. So there's an added layer of complication as part of this. So tools and stuff can help sites to implement more effectively. So in summary, PediCAP is applying MAMS-ROCI design in a large trial of acutely sick children, of over 1,000 children, looking at 2 drugs and 5 durations. The primary analysis is based on main effects models, but we're also going to be comparing different durations of the 2 drugs and assessing whether some subgroups need longer treatment. I would like to acknowledge all of the parents and children involved in PediCAP and everybody else involved with the trial and the MAMS-ROCI design.